Okay, hello and welcome to this week's edition of the Golden Gloves Chat Show. With me, the great trainer Peter Smith, and of course the IBO Cruiserweight Champion of the world. Guys, thank you for joining us here in the Golden Gloves studio. So the big fight this weekend, massive, one of the biggest fights ever. The Gypsy King, Tyson Fury, against the Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder in Las Vegas this weekend. It's a massive fight, Kevin. The first fight was a draw. I thought Wilder won the fight because he knocked Fury down twice. But when I rewatched the fight, Fury was great, probably won 7 or 8 rounds with a jab. So it was a close fight. It was controversial, the decision, the draw. A lot of people thought that Fury had won. But then the second fight, and we'll go through it, Fury came out and he absolutely annihilated Wilder. Now they're fighting for the third time, so it's a fantastic fight. Yeah. It's like you were saying to me off air, we'll talk about it as well, that Wilder is a good bet. Let's start with that. What is the betting on Wilder?
I think when I last looked, he was 4-1. When I last looked, 350 a win or 4 rand a win. And I think that's great value. I mean, I said to the guys at WSB, I said, you guys are brave. You know, Wilder at 4-1, he's a puncher. And at any moment in that fight, he could put Tyson Fury out. We know Tyson Fury's ringcraft is phenomenal and he's a great boxer. But he also showed he can when he wants to put the heat on guys, he can put them away. But I'm going to go with Wilder based on the fact that he did
good value.
He put Fury down the first fight, and the second fight he came with loads of excuses, which I don't like. You know, you got to be humble in defeat and gallant in victory. I just feel that he's got a point to prove this fight, and he knows he's got that one punch to put anybody out. And I think he's going to rely on it, just maybe with a little bit more precision this time and with a little bit more boxing. Look, Pete knows. I think he's one of Peter's favorite heavyweights of this era. He's a good boxer. He knows his way around the ring, and if he comes to fight, he'll give any heavyweight the fight of their lives. So I just think you can't ignore the man who's 42-1 with 41 wins by KO.
Yeah, it's incredible. We were talking about it just now, Kevin. 42 fights, 41 by knockout. He's got 1 loss, and that's to the Gypsy King.
Yeah.
Then you look at the Gypsy King's record: 30 wins, 1 draw, and then 1 draw is to Deontay Wilder, and he's got lots of knockouts, 21 knockouts as well. 6'9" tall, massive guy. But then the Bronze Bomber is 6'7", so it doesn't really matter. Peter, how did you see the first fight when it was a draw? Who did you think won that fight?
Actually disappointed me, Brian, because you know, I'm the biggest fan of Fury. You know, Fury. He's just skillfully above everyone else. You know. I should have worn my Tyson Fury. I got a Tyson Fury jacket. It's amazing, from overseas. But you know, for me, I truly believe Fury is the most dangerous heavyweight. The only problem with him, he's so good that when he doesn't take it serious, he plays around, hands down, tongue pulling. But it showed on his first fight. He had that mindset, you know. And then I think he realized what he could do, and he started shifting his game. Obviously changed his trainers and that, because I think the guys weren't really getting the full potential out of him.
And I don't think he was properly prepared for the first fight even.
Not at all.
I mean, he'd come out of rehab.
I thought
almost obesity and whatever.
That's a problem, you know. They come out of rehab, they just...
And he got a draw.
Yeah, and he got a draw.
Yeah.
So when you saw the Fury second time, that was serious. That's
he
like...
came to fight.
If he comes in like that, he's putting Wilder, same result.
So they can same result.
Same result. I don't care.
Because he smashed him in the second fight.
I don't care if he changes, Wilder changes trainers, because I think Wilder's mindset, he switched off and he relies on his power.
And all those excuses, Kevin, that Wilder made after the second fight, that the outfit was too heavy, and he blamed Mark Breland, the trainer, in the corner. I mean, that's nonsense, isn't it?
I'm a firm believer. You know, I've lost once in my career. Have you lost one?
Yeah, I lost once as well.
So I think when you lose, you can only blame yourself. You know, nobody else can fight for you. There can always be things you can look at and on. But a true champion, when you lose, you've got to be humble in your defeats and come back.
But with being humble, we both never lost as a champion.
True.
So, yes. Okay, so back to this brilliant fight, Wilder and Fury. So now, first fight was a draw, controversial. We know Fury wasn't ready. He got knocked down twice. It could have gone either way. Then he comes back and he absolutely annihilates Deontay Wilder. Unbelievable.
Brian, that's another thing. You're knocked down twice with the most devastating punches I've ever seen. For a man to wake up
and
after
to get
that,
up,
to get up,
big 6'9"
and continue to actually almost turn the fight around, which he almost did. He actually did, I think.
He did. He got up and he won the rest of the fight.
That's hard to beat. And that sunk into Wilder's mind. Already, I've given him my best. He's got up. Then when I fought him again, he took what I gave him, but he manipulated me in the game. He actually played with me, knowing what he did. And I think the referee stopped that fight a little bit too soon. He could have done damage. Wilder's definitely doesn't have the chin of a Tyson Fury. So that's a doubtful place.
You reckon the third fight this weekend goes the same way as the second fight?
I believe same way. If that's a Tyson Fury that I believe is going to be facing... I heard there's a hiccup about this last... there was something about...
Tyson Fury actually got COVID. They were preparing... He was preparing in America. COVID? And, besides all the other...
I heard other rumors. I don't know what it was.
Well, there was a million things going on. That, remember, Fury was supposed to fight Anthony Joshua.
Yes.
And then then Deontay Wilder won the court case that he's got to force him to fight a third time. And then Fury was training in America and got COVID. So there's been lots of drama, but at least the fight is going on now. So your decision, you going...
I'm going Tyson Fury, same result.
Breaks him again.
I don't see Wilder in
Kevin's a betting man. So
we took one bet before.
We lost. I lost.
You lost.
Okay, so we got
which bet was that?
We got the trainer and the IBO world champion that disagree. Yeah, I'm still going to give you my opinion.
Logan Paul.
Oh, Logan Paul.
I said Mayweather would knock out Logan Paul, and I lost the bet.
And I said he won't. Okay. And he lost the bet.
Can I just say something about Wilder? Back to the topic. I feel like watching, it's hard to see on social media what people do because they only show you what they want to show you, but you can kind of see like what they're going for. I feel Deontay Wilder knows he's never going to outbox Tyson Fury. He's only going to rely on that one punch. And he's going to go for it. I have noticed he's worked hard on his strength and conditioning, and also he's throwing a lot of like clean 1-2s down the line. From what I've seen with his trainer.
And Kevin Lerena is a betting man. So you're going with your head, not your heart.
I'm going with my head. Going with my head in the sense of he's a puncher, and I'm hopeful that the 4-1 comes in.
Well, listen, my stupid opinion, because it doesn't really matter, the result's going to be a result. And exactly what Kevin says, the danger of what Wilder's about is he's got the insane power. He's got one power.
41 knockouts in 41 fights.
It's insane.
I don't think...
It's insane.
His 42nd fight he lost.
I think Rocky Marciano is the only one to be 50-something fights, 47 knockouts, I think.
Well,
but unbeaten.
Every fight that he won, he knocked the guy out.
Basically.
41 wins, 41 knockouts. I mean,
and devastating knockouts.
That's a 100% knockout record.
Yeah.
And then the one loss.
I know muscles. We all know muscles don't win fights. We see guys with muscles get starched. But I feel like this fight, he knows that this man's a superior boxer. I literally need to sit on my punches and land that mark. And I think that's what he's worked on, is landing that punch with more weight behind him, because everyone forgets, I think he was 96 kilograms in his last fight. I know it doesn't matter, but it does. You take 96 and you take him to 104 at that stature, it does make a difference on that poundage.
Who are you going with, Kevin Lerena?
Deontay
Wilder. You going with
Tyson Fury?
Tyson Fury.
Another 1,000 rand bet.
I normally don't sit on the fence. I normally don't sit on the fence, and I'm not going to sit on the fence. I think the Gypsy King might win a tough points decision. I don't think he's going to just blow Wilder out the water like he did.
On the Joshua Usyk fight, you also went to Usyk, eh?
I was 50-50, but I did like Usyk. Yeah. I definitely like Usyk. Because Usyk's a better boxer. You know,
I was also like, it's 50-50, but I also went to value Usyk.
But yeah, the 50-50, I was definitely leaning towards Usyk because he's a much better boxer. We were thinking about the height and the size of Joshua, but it shows that height and size doesn't matter. We're going to talk about your career next week going forward as well. And height and size doesn't always matter.
But you see, Brian,
in a boxing ring, you close your opponent down.
That's where AJ made a mistake, because I heard he dropped his weight, almost equalized himself with Usyk. And the biggest mistake you make, why do you want to fall into your opponent's plan and equal your weight?
You guys, crazy. I mean, he's the world champion. Pete, you fought for a world title. We've all been around the block in this game. It's not about size in the fight game. And the late, great baby Jack McClellan was 4'10". He made me look like a rugby player. And I was a short guy. And you close the gap in boxing. You find your range. Yep. So it's not about size in boxing. It's about who wants to win it the most. Yeah. And who's the most skillful, like Usyk was. Yeah. So a great win there by Usyk against Anthony Joshua. So thank you guys for joining me in the Golden Glove Chat Show for this week. Like you said, you going Deontay Wilder, you going Tyson Fury.
Are you sure you want to go Tyson Fury?
I'm going Tyson. I'm not a betting man, so I won't be putting any money on the fight. But I think Tyson Fury will win a hard-fought points decision.
And I wouldn't be surprised there.
So
if Tyson Fury wins, I can believe it.
You'll be okay with it if you win.
I just can't see this thing going 12 rounds.
No.
I just can't see. I think it's going to be guns blazing, and I think they're going for the kill.
Yes.
Let's say
I think they're going to go 12
the
rounds.
last fight, Wilder probably had the worst night of his life in the sense of whatever his excuse was, you shouldn't have excuses. He didn't turn up. I think he only can do better than he did. So
He definitely will.
if you look at how he did the
Definitely
first fight,
Yes.
I know Tyson Fury had come out of a lot, so he wasn't the Tyson Fury that he was in the second fight. But I just think that if he can better himself, it's going to be a hard fight for Tyson Fury.
Fantastic. Great chat. Thank you, Peter Smith.
Brian,
Great
thanks.
trainer.
Thanks.
I'll be a Cruiserweight champion of the world, Kevin Lerena. Thank you guys for joining us in the Golden Glove studio. From me, Brian Mitchell, thank you for watching.